Hey guys, welcome to the Uriah Jokes podcast. I am your host, Uriah Wesman, and this is my podcast, Uriah Jokes. This is a podcast where I do exactly that. I joke. Nothing I really need to explain. But we all know what happened. And I really do feel like we need to take a moment here and acknowledge what happened yesterday. Kim Kardashian and Kanye West are getting a divorce. I don't know, this seems like something that's gonna tear this country apart. I don't think this country can come back from such a high profile and unexpected divorce. I say each of these words almost stunned, almost in disbelief. I had no idea one of the best hip-hop artists of all time and the best Instagrammist of all time would be a failed relationship. They had so much stuff going for them. I believe they had like 12 kids. They had a house where everything was white. And it's amazing that, I mean, if I had a house where even the furniture was white and the walls, I mean, I would decorate that house, I think. I'd put some art on it. I'd put some art on the walls. But the problem with me, the problem is when I have art, the only art that I can, afford is art I find, by the dumpster. Or art that's given to me. And art that's given to me is normally from kids that don't have parents. So they give me this crappy art. I have to pretend it's really good. Even though we should be honest. If we tell kids, hey man, that art's not great. They will build on it. You could say it's great for your age, but build on that. How many times do we need to see a sun in the corner of the house? How many times do we need to see a sun in the corner of the house and a perfect house like that? And then you draw the family, and then somehow, the family. You look a little bit sad in that photo, Uriah. Why are you sad in that photo? Well, I didn't smile in photos when I was a kid because my mom and dad were going through a divorce, and my mom didn't want me to appear happy, so she told me to never smile in any of the photos when I'm with my dad. But then my mom wouldn't take photos because she believed it would turn me into a ghost. So the only photos of me as a child are stock photos that I say are me, and no one questions it. Look, Uriah, you look like a beautiful baby. What happened? Life happened, you moron. What do you think happened? I had so much dreams. For the first couple weeks when I was a kid, I had dreams. I was gonna be the world's leading innovator in tech until Jim Apple, or Scott Apple, Tim Apple, Bill Gates. It's hard to tell which conspiracy to latch onto now. They're all over the place. But it is an incredibly sad day for marriages. It's a great day for a divorce attorney. They're on and off the hook right now. They're like, people are choosing sides. Are you on Kim's side? Are you on Kanye's side? And as we can see of what happened in the DC Capitol, and I'm not talking about the storming. I'm talking about a controlled effort for elements of the Freemasons partnering with Nicolas Cage, find out whether or not there's a map on the back of the Declaration of Independence. And guess what? We don't know if they found it. We won't know because Twitter is censoring it. We know that Nicolas Cage is off the rocker, but that's what they do. They put Nicolas Cage in these movies, making him look like a lunatic. So when he finally does find the truth about what type of map is on the back of the Declaration of Independence, think about what they did with this wall. They built that wall. They were building that wall to keep Dora the Explorer out. And what is she always trying to do? She's trying to get the map out. She's trying to get the map out. Who would have thought allies would have been Nicolas Cage and Dora the Explorer? Sure, you could say they're fictional characters, But and people are like, Uriah, why are you so nuts? One thing is, don't throw around that word nuts. That is a touch to so much connotations. And I don't want to be banned everywhere. I can't be on airplanes then if I'm nuts. I can't be in schools when I'm nuts. In schools, I think I could be an inspirational person, right? How about this? I didn't plan this. How about I be an inspirational person to keep kids off drugs, right? Because that always works. I don't want to do that, though. I think we need to find... Because me, I'm a cannabis connoisseur, right? And I'm an alcohol connoisseur. And of course, I'm gonna smoke weed, wine, every day with the Snoop Dogg wine. But someone actually bought that bottle for $12. So how about that? So what I'm gonna show you is something I actually haven't thought about. I thought about it a lot, but it's such a torturous experience to go through it again. But because it's so funny to find a light at the end of the tunnel, people are like, how can something so crazy happen? How? Because as soon as enough people believe it, it's no longer crazy. If enough people believe that that's the top song, this is the best kind of music, that's not necessarily the best type of music, the mainstream music. But if enough morons believe something, hey, it's true. It's all different realities. Like, people believe Arkansas. Some people that live in Arkansas believe it's the best place on earth, and those people are nutcases. There's no way. People don't visit Arkansas. I actively engage with making sure I never have to hear anything about Arkansas. I think it's where Joe Biden's from, but that's irrelevant, because he's born from a lab, and we all know that. We all know that. But this is, and I haven't seen this in a while, this is footage of the first ever concert I've ever been to. And yeah, it looks like, we don't got the window set up, so now I have to do some of the stuff here. Unbelievable. I got the worst interns. All right, so what this is, I guess I should tee this up, is people keep acting like it's a crazy thing that all these people believe something, when crazy people are part of bigger and larger groups, if you really want to boil it down. But I don't think anything can be more crazy than the childhood and the way I was raised. And a couple of the things I was raised is that rock music, the beats of rock music are actually unleashing demons that are going to steal my light. So they were actually very big enemies of Thomas Edison when he was trying to invent the light bulb. They were like, what the hell? What the hell? These demons. He actually, the first time he ever did the light bulb, it was working. It was working, but then he was also listening to rock music at the same time. So the rock music came out and stole his light. Just like that. And at this height, they don't call it a cult, but there's lots of books about it, but they're really expensive. And the worst part about reading a book is buying a book and then opening the book. Those are all very difficult things. So the name of this place was called the Summit Lighthouse in Livingston. No, not in Livingston. It was in Montana. It was in, I believe, Glastonbury was the county. And this is a video. I haven't seen them in a long time, so I kind of want to just see what will pop out at me. But what these people believed is that there will be an apocalypse at a certain date, which always you're setting yourself up for failure. As soon as you're setting a date that something is going to happen and it doesn't happen, you are gonna lose all that momentum. There's gonna be apocalypse now, and then everyone's building up to it, writing bad checks, getting guns, all that stuff, and then it doesn't happen, and people that are kind of on the offskirt, then it starts going down, down, down. Then you just have the crazy, crazy people that will stay latched onto it for their entire lives. And much like the cult of everything else. So, if you think things are bad now, you should just see how bad things were when this was a big thing and thousands upon thousands of people using religion to push their ideas, just like people are using Trump to push their ideas of what a whole country should be, even though no one should be able to push any sort of values when you're talking about something like America. But here is a clip. It's called Violet Flame Decrees with Elizabeth Clare Prophet. And 1, 2, 3. All right, see what they're doing right there? They're spinning that's hypnotizing us.
So with the coming of Saint Germain's dispensation for the Aquarian age, we had the sponsorship of America, you have the sponsorship of Australia, and many freedom movements have come forth. His aura, his presence. This master, if you can really comprehend the meaning of the master, is so profound and has such a
one of the original hipsters, actually.
The planet. And he does keep the action of freedom in every type of situation, be it education or science. As you know, he is the father of that science. But the violet flame is the key to action. We have a lot of people today who like to talk about things. Even politics has become metaphysical. We are seized with our theories. We think we know the way things should be done.
But she knows. She knows how it's meant to be done. The leader knows.
The violet flame sees to it that we are charged with what works. What works is what is right as long as its purpose is to glorify God in you and Christ in all people. So the violet flame is like that whistle, that tremendous wind of the Holy Spirit that takes
nothing like a whistling Holy Spirit. No wonder I couldn't sleep every night. It's like, keep the whistling down, you moron.
I'm going to tell you from my personal experience, I know all of you have an intense desiring of your heart to do more for people, for life, to become more of who you are. And I know what that desiring is, and I know you wouldn't be here if you didn't have it. The step, the giant step into the path of really the masterful presence of your godhood, the giant step into the Great White Brotherhood.
Oh, that came out of nowhere, the Great White Brotherhood. Wow, there we go. Now we see where they're edging towards, the Great White Brotherhood.
Joy of this practice daily. Remember, when you say I am, you're saying God in me is. This is page 2, I am the violet flame.
Ooh.
I am the violet flame, in action in me now. I am the violet flame, to light alone I bow. I am the violet flame, in mighty cosmic power. I am the light of God, shining every hour. I am the violet flame, blazing like a sun.
I mean, if there's more of an easier base of brainwashing, oh.
In action in me now, I am the violet flame, to light alone I bow. I am the violet flame, in mighty cosmic power.
I would have been a child hearing this again and again. Big retreats, thousands of people doing this.
I am God's sacred power, freeing everyone. I am the violet flame, in action in me now. I am the violet flame, to light alone I bow. I am the violet flame, in mighty cosmic power. I am the light of God, shining
nice zoom-in shot they got there. They got budget. They're really good at propaganda, much like all cults.
3 ways to give that decree. It's your choice. They're all correct. Just depends on building a momentum. I'm using a funnel of air from the seat of the soul chakra up to my throat chakra to give this decree. The power is the power of all of my chakras.
What does that even mean?
At work simultaneously. releasing that sacred fire in the focus of the spoken
But why
word.
do you, if you want to keep the sacred
I am
fire,
the
why
violet
would
flame
you?
in action in me now. I am the violet flame, new light alone I vow. I am the violet flame in mighty cosmic power. I am the light of God, shining every hour. I am the violet flame, blazing like a sun. I am that sacred power, freeing everyone. I am the violet flame in action in me now. I am the violet flame, new light alone I vow. I am the violet flame in mighty cosmic power. I am the light of God, shining every hour. I am the violet flame, blazing like the sun. I am that sacred power, freeing everyone.
I wonder if it was like then you
Mantra,
like
I am
order a
being violet
coffee.
fire. I am a being of
All
violet
right,
fire.
enough of that. But you would feel like though after you're with this group of people and you're all being told the same thing. I am a being of violet fire. I am a great desire. I am a being of violet fire. I am a being of great desire. And now what? Then you're gonna be like in your car. You're gonna be stuck in traffic. You're just gonna be like, what the hell? I am a being of violet fire. I am a being of great desire. What do you mean you're all out of that sandwich? I am a being of violet fire, you son of a bitch. I guess you wouldn't say that though, because you're sending out the. It's difficult. Well, I hope you guys got some amusement out of that. I did not. I did not enjoy that. But there's no shock to me whenever I see stuff like that when you are able to use religion as something to further a goal, whenever there's a single person, as soon as you're following just a person instead of an idea, it's over. It's done. As soon as you are putting all your work into one person, into one God or to one thing, as soon as you're putting yourself in the one box, not only are you turning yourself into, is that pigeonholing? Would that be pigeonholing? What the fuck does pigeonholing mean? But as soon as you are isolating yourself and putting yourself as one thing, a Christian, a Muslim, Jehovah's Witnesses, whatever you view about those things, as soon as you are putting yourself in a box and you have to be that, and at all having any sort of critical critique of that, and then you lose your friends and your life, as soon as it turns into a thing where thinking and evolving as a human, as soon as anything like that, as soon as like you are abortion or anti-abortion is a great reasoning for this. Everyone has an idea on it, and I'm sure a lot of people don't talk to their family or can't because of values like that. Like if you end up getting an abortion, maybe your family disowns you. As soon as it turns into a thing where just thinking differently, whatever that means, but as soon as it turns into a thing where an already isolated person can be even more isolated, stuff like this can pop out. But they won't call it a cult. They still won't call it a cult. The leader of the cult is a violet flame now, whatever that means. And I'll apologize if none of my thoughts go anywhere, or you're like, oh, I wish I knew more information about that. Trust me, I'm gonna keep diving into this. I'm working on a thing. But it's such a vast, difficult thing. I want to still make it relevant to you, but also at the same time, I want to have my own comedic spin on it, as well as let you guys know more about me. And if you're like, why would we want to know more about you? I got my own problems to think about. I don't got time to listen to your cult stuff, you're right. I don't got time to listen to your upbringing. But you can use that as, hey, at least I'm not Uriah, where he was taught that demons were in rock music to steal his soul, and sometimes certain rock music beats he still gets kind of scared about it, and I just had to refer to myself in the third tense to remove myself from that situation because how much I hate it. And that was some of the tame stuff. We need some end with some jokes. Here we go. I figure out this new joke. I'll say it now. So growing up, my mom would tell me to always pray so the angels would protect me. Now I'm an adult and I'm not praying anymore, but now they came up to me and said, Uriah, if we don't get your prayers by Friday, they're gonna beat the crap out of me and steal my business. I'm like, wait a second, is this racketeering? And then they left. I'm like, then I'm like, is this racketeering? They're like, I am that I am. That doesn't, I am that I am. You are that you are? Fantastic. You know who else says something like, I am what I am? Is people that can't defend their own ideas of things. And tune in next time where I will continue to dive back into my childhood for your own amusement and make correlating factors that make no sense while I put something behind me that will take anything that I'm saying. And remember, don't take it with a grain of salt and put it in a little baggie, because if you're going around, people will think you are dealing drugs. The Violent Flame.